Hey guys, welcome to Occultic Secrets. This is a journey through the unbelievable. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the magic we're creating here. And listen, if you're feeling this video, hit that thumbs up and drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. If this resonates with you or someone you know, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with them. Let's spread the love, the knowledge, and the vibes. All right, now let's dive in. Are we actually living in the Matrix? Because some of the things I'm about to tell you are straight up bananas. Today, we uncover 5 shocking conspiracies that turned out to be true. We're talking government secrets, cover-ups, and experiments that sound like they came straight out of a horror movie. Seriously, you won't believe some of this stuff, so buckle up, grab your tinfoil hats, and get ready to have your minds blown. This is going to be intense. Okay, so picture this. The CIA, secret agents, and mind control. Sounds like a movie, right? But this is real life, people. The MK Ultra project was a top-secret program that ran for decades. They were obsessed with figuring out how to control people's minds, like make them do things they didn't want to do. They used all sorts of messed-up methods. I'm talking hypnosis, drugs, even electroshock therapy. They experimented on their own people, sometimes without them even knowing. Can you imagine finding out you were part of some crazy government experiment? The craziest part? Some people say the CIA actually succeeded in controlling people's minds. They wanted to create the ultimate spies or assassins, people who would do whatever they were told, no questions asked. Creepy, right? Okay, you guys know Richard Nixon, right? The president. Well, get this. He was involved in a massive scandal that rocked the nation. It all started with a break-in at the Watergate Hotel. Sounds kind of lame, right? Like, who cares about a break-in? But this wasn't just any break-in. It turned out that the people who broke in were connected to Nixon's re-election campaign. They were trying to steal information from the Democratic Party. Like, talk about shady. The scandal just kept getting bigger and bigger, with more lies and cover-ups being revealed. Eventually, Nixon knew he was caught and decided to resign before he could be impeached. It was a whole big mess. This one is seriously messed up. Operation Northwoods was a plan cooked up by the US government during the Cold War. Get this. They actually considered staging fake terrorist attacks on American soil. Like, what the actual... They were going to blame it on Cuba, give them a reason to go to war. They even talked about blowing up a US ship and blaming it on Cuban submarines. They were willing to kill their own people just to start a war. Thankfully, President Kennedy shut the whole thing down. Can you imagine if he hadn't? It's terrifying to think how close we came to a war based on lies. This story is just heartbreaking. For 40 years, the US government conducted a study on African American men with syphilis. Sounds innocent enough, right? Like they were trying to find a cure. Wrong. They never told these men they had syphilis. They just called it bad blood. And the worst part, they didn't give them any treatment, even when penicillin became available as a cure. They let these men suffer and die, all in the name of research. It's a shameful chapter in American history and a reminder of how far we still have to go in terms of racial equality and medical ethics. Okay, so you know how they say you shouldn't sell weapons to your enemies? Well, apparently the US government didn't get that memo. In the 1980s, they secretly sold weapons to Iran, who was under an arms embargo at the time. Like what? And it gets worse. They used the money from the arms sales to fund the Contras, a rebel group in Nicaragua. The problem was, Congress had specifically forbidden funding the Contras. So the government was like, let's just do it secretly and hope no one notices. It was a huge scandal that showed how far the government was willing to go to get what they wanted, even if it meant breaking the law. Can you believe this stuff, you guys? It's like something out of a movie. These are just a few examples of how truth can be stranger than fiction. It just goes to show we can't always trust everything we're told, especially from those in power. Sometimes the craziest stories turn out to be true. So stay curious and always question the world around you. You never know what you might uncover. And if you ever feel like you're going crazy, just remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together.